You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Today is Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, and this is your daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. On today's show, Star Trek Lower Decks drops a Season 2 trailer and a start date, plus it's been renewed for Season 3. There's a new official Star Trek convention in a new city, and of course, I've got a bit of Star Trek history. I'm Alison Pitt, and today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month of counseling at betterhelp.com/DSTN. So First Contact Day 2021 just keeps on giving and giving. Not only did fans get a look at the upcoming seasons of Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Lower Decks creator Mike McMahon debuted a new teaser for the next season of that series as well. Season 2 has been in production since late last year and is set to premiere on Paramount Plus this summer on August 12th. McMahon told viewers during the panel no First Contact Day would be complete without a little bit of first contact with an upcoming season of Star Trek. It is my pleasure to give the viewers a tiny little mini microscopic sneak peek at what is to come on Lower Decks Season 2. What McMahon called a microscopic sneak peek might better be described as a fast-paced thrill ride that takes viewers around the galaxy, into the unknown and back in about 30 seconds. The teaser opens in the mess hall of the USS Cerritos, with Ensign Mariner approaching her fellow lower deckers with a casual, "What up? We doing sci-fi stuff today?" I gotta get the audio for that. It's really good. The next 9 seconds are filled with a Mugato, Ambojitsu Mariner, a Cardassian hostage situation, and more. Someone shoots at the Cerritos, and Commander Ransom, well, he shoots rainbows out of his hands. Cut to the brig where Mariner is incarcerated, and Tendi notices that the only thing missing is Boimler. After all, the recently promoted Lieutenant Bradward was reassigned to the USS Titan under Captain Riker, where Tendi says he must be having the time of his life. Boimler, on the other hand, seems to be having a little trouble keeping his cool, as the Titan dives headfirst into a massive anomaly while under fire from multiple enemy vessels. It looks like Season 2 of Lower Decks is gearing up to be a wild ride. To see the new teaser for yourself, just visit the Paramount Plus channel on YouTube. Now, the Lower Decks news doesn't stop with that Season 2 teaser, though. Series creator Mike McMahon confirmed during Star Trek's First Contact Day event that Star Trek Lower Decks has been ordered for a third season. In a tweet posted mere minutes after he posted the Season 2 teaser on Twitter, McMahon followed it up with a simple, also, Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3 is a go, with 11 Vulcan salute emojis for emphasis. Deadline later followed him up with a little more detail, noting that the third season is expected to be a 10-episode run. Now, we haven't had any more details beyond, yes, Season 3 is happening and it'll be 10 episodes, but you can be sure that when we hear more, you will. Now, in just a moment, I'll be taking you back in time to find out what happened this week in Star Trek history, but first, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp, and me. I've visited counselors and therapists off and on for most of my life, and personally, one of the worst parts is the actually having to go there in person. It's hard to face people when you know that you're going for a session. It's uncomfortable fielding questions from work when you have to take time off, and it can also be hard to make real progress when you feel trapped in that person's office. It's one of the reasons that I've personally never lasted very long in therapy. Now, BetterHelp addresses that problem by taking your counseling online. You can message your counselor when it's convenient for you and from wherever you feel most comfortable. Best of all, their range of expertise means that you can get specialized help even if it's not available in your local area. You can start living a happier life today. And as a daily Star Trek news listener, you can get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp by visiting betterhelp.com/DSTN. and that's HELP, H-E-L-P. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health by visiting betterhelp.com/DSTN. That's H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/DSTN. And a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's show. Now, next up today, Star Trek convention goers who have been waiting for the announcement of a new official convention, your wait is over. Star Trek Missions is the name of the new official Star Trek convention being hosted by mega convention organizers ReedPop and coming to Chicago next April. Now, for the last few years, the only remaining official convention in the United States was the Star Trek Las Vegas convention, held annually in August at the Rio All Suites Hotel in Las Vegas. But after multiple delays last year due to COVID-19, Creation Entertainment, the organizers of that convention, announced that while they'd be going ahead with the event in 2021, it would no longer be the official Star Trek convention. Cue plenty of rumor and speculation. Now, as part of Monday's First Contact Day celebrations, Star Trek announced that a new official convention will be going ahead next April from organizers ReedPop. Now, ReedPop are highly qualified to do the job, having earned a reputation putting on huge events like New York Comic Con, MCM Comic Con London, Star Wars Celebration, and for those who remember, Star Trek Mission New York for the 50th anniversary way back in 2016. Now, on their website, the new Star Trek Missions says, "We invite you to Star Trek Mission Chicago, the ultimate Star Trek fan experience for all ages. Boldly explore the past, present, and future of the celebrated franchise while embracing the ideals of a diverse and inclusive future that remains at the center of one of the most iconic brands of all time." Star Trek Mission Chicago, which, yes, implies that there could be more missions in the future. It runs for 3 days, next April 8th through 10th, 2022. It'll take place at the McCormick Place Convention Center in Chicago, Illinois, and no, you can't buy tickets yet. Ticket information is coming soon, according to their website, but you can sign up for their newsletter now at StarTrekMissions.com. And now, let's take a look back into Star Trek history. It was today, April 7th, back in 1948, that Star Trek director Gabrielle Beaumont was born. And Beaumont wasn't just any Star Trek director, she also has the distinction of being Star Trek's first female director. Beaumont was already an Emmy-nominated director before she joined the Star Trek crew in 1989 for the Next Generation Season 3 episode, Booby Trap. That's for you Mission Log fans. She would go on to direct 8 more Star Trek episodes across TNG, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. Now, outside of Star Trek, Beaumont directed steadily in Hollywood throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, often directing multiple episodes of big series like Hill Street Blues, Remington Steele, and LA Law. Please join me in wishing Gabrielle Beaumont a very happy 73rd birthday. And you can tune in next Wednesday for more Star Trek history. Well, that's it for today's daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows on the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Alison Pitt, with selected stories by Chris Peterson. Today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month of counseling at betterhelp.com/DSTN. I'm back tomorrow with more of the Star Trek news you need to know and the weekend's Star Trek events. I'm Alison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
This is a Roddenberry podcast. For more great podcasts, visit podcast.roddenberry.com.